A portion of this video was sponsored by Devour, available in the frozen meals section of your local store or grocery shopping online. Thank you to Devour for sponsoring a portion of this video. More on that later. It's me, Andre! Hi, I'm Andre, and if you're a big fan of Nintendo and especially Super Mario, you know that we are in the middle of celebrating the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Brothers. And we even got talks, at least, about the upcoming Super Mario Brothers movie. Nintendo and Illumination officially confirmed that we are getting a Super Mario animated CG movie in 2022. So with all this talk about Mario and animation with Mario, this just seemed like a good time to have a nostalgic flashback for the Super Mario series of cartoons. Now, there are 3 Super Mario animated series: the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, and the new Super Mario World. Well, technically there's 4 if you count Mario's appearance in the Donkey Kong segments of the 80s animated series Saturday Supercade. Okay, technically 5 if you also count the Super Mario anime. All right, 6 if you count Bowser's appearance in Wreck-It Ralph. I'm gonna stop right here. Now, whenever anyone wants to look back at Super Mario cartoons, they usually single-handedly talk about the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and I completely understand because I have nostalgic feelings for that show as well. I grew up on that show. I actually remember finding out about the show for the very first time in Nintendo Power. They had an article about the upcoming show in the magazine, and that got me all excited. And then you find out there's live action segments where wrestler Captain Lou Albano is Mario. And it's funny because I actually recognize Danny Wells, the actor that plays Luigi, because he was a bartender in a couple of episodes of, I think, The Jeffersons. Is that right? Let me look that up. Yeah, Danny Wells, Charlie the bartender on The Jeffersons. How did I remember that? Then the cartoon finally airs on television. You see Mario's face and it's all like, "Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show." And then the rap starts with the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sick is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others. You'll be hooked on the brothers. I'm like, what is this show? And it's amazing, and I love it. You're in for a treat, so hang on to your seat. You're ready for adventure and remarkable feats. You'll meet Koopas and Troopas, the princess and the others. Hang with the plumbers. You'll be hooked on the brothers to the bridge. I'm like, this is my favorite show. The show hasn't even shown me the actual show yet. Just in the theme song, I'm hooked. I don't care. Make fun of it now. That was fire back then. And then you get the live action segments, you get the animated adventures of Mario and the gang, and then you get the follow-up segment and a little preview of Legend of Zelda, which you see on Fridays. And then when you think the whole show is over, you're about to leave or change the channel to watch another cartoon, Lou comes back out. Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step. And then again, let's do the Mario all together now, just like that. This is my show. That's a lot of wild and crazy stuff to decide to do with a Mario cartoon, because you just could have made a very basic Mario cartoon and they just added all this other crazy stuff. So I get that's why people talk so much about the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. But can we just take a moment to appreciate The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3? In the fall of 1990, we got The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 hanging out on Saturday mornings on NBC with an already established Nintendo cartoon, Captain N, the Game Master, to give us Captain N and The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3. It was a 1-hour block of Nintendo animated programming. And while I absolutely love and adore and have so many nostalgic feelings for the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, I kind of feel like The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 is the more accurate Mario cartoon, the closest to the source material as you can get for source material of an NES game with not a lot of backstory. It's definitely more accurate than Super Mario World. Like, Super Mario World has so much going for it as a game. Super Mario, Super Mario, Super Mario World, Super Mario World. It's a blast from the past. That's great. And the cartoon was just like, let's just focus on the fact that they're in a dinosaur land. So we're gonna have all these episodes about some cavemen. We're also gonna add a character named Uktar, who is not in the game at all, or any game to be exact. Look, like I said, I like them all, including Super Mario World, except for Uktar. But all the different lands that are in Super Mario Bros. 3 show up in some way in the cartoon. We see Giant Land, we see the airships, the Doom ships, show up in that. We see Koopa's castle. All the different characters that specifically were made for Super Mario Bros. 3, a lot of them show up. They turned the Sledge Brothers into wrestlers. They had an episode where they turned the king into a dog. That is a direct reference to the Koopalings using the magic wands to turn the kings into animals in the video game. They dedicated an episode based on that idea. That is using your source material right. The Koopa Kids, they show up in this cartoon and they bring so much flavor to the adventure of Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, they have different names in the cartoon than they do in the video games. Supposedly, it's because they were working on the cartoon before getting official American names for the Koopalings, so they had to make up names for themselves. And even though I love that a lot of the Koopalings in the video game are named after famous musicians and talk show hosts, I really kind of like the names of the Koopalings in the cartoon because they kind of match their personality. Cheatsy loves to cheat. Kooky is very kooky. King Dad. You know, Roy is a bully. Big mouth. It kind of works. You either had the Koopalings trying to learn something from King Koopa, but mess it up, do jobs on their own without King Koopa to try to impress him later. They mess it up. There's even been a couple of times where the Koopalings had to do something that King Koopa told them to do, and then they tried to swindle him, cheat him. Cheatsy, you know what you did. And then they messed that up as well. And they would use different Koopa Kids in every episode, so that would kind of change up the dynamic if they were either by themselves or with King Dad, but based on which characters you get together, that could impact what your story could be. And of course, they make great use of Mario's power-ups in the animated series. We see Raccoon Mario, we see the Fire Flower with the orange and red outfit. We see the frog suit. The frog suit was used. And they even have, I believe in one of the episodes, they even have Toad and Princess Toadstool in a frog suit. This show even figured out a way to put the P-Wing up in there. There's even an episode where Mario and Luigi have to disguise themselves to go onto a ship, and so they dress themselves up as Hammer Brothers. And you remember there's a Hammer Brother power-up in the Super Mario Bros. 3 video game. These people did their homework. Oh, can we just mention also the intro of this thing is great. That dynamic voice narration intro mixed in with that epic music, bum, 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 bum. It's all instrumental, is a legend that no one will forget. Everyone thought King Koopa had left the Mushroom Kingdom, but then, bloop, 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 his doom ship attacked. King Koopa was back with the greatest danger ever known, his Koopa Kids. Using their new superpowers, the Super Mario Brothers rescued Princess Toadstool and beat back the evil Koopa family. I'll get those plumbers! I always loved King Koopa. You nincompoops! You faucet freaks! A lot of the episodes in the Super Mario Bros. Super Show were basically parodies of movies and fairy tales mixed in with the Mario characters. Now, don't get me wrong, I, of course, love all the movie references and movie parodies, and seeing them done with Mario characters was so much fun. What other cartoon can you say, hey, I want to see what Star Wars looks like, but with Mario, or Indiana Jones, but with Mario, or Frankenstein, Dracula, but with Mario, Jack and the Beanstalk, Robin Hood, but with Mario, Zorro, but with Mario, RoboCop, but with Mario. What if we do a full hip-hop rap musical years before Hamilton, but with Mario? The Super Mario Bros. Super Show had an episode called Toad Warrior. They literally did a parody of Mad Max, the Road Warrior, with Toad. You know, am I really sure that Mario 3 is a better cartoon? The Super Mario Bros. Super Show had a lot of great episodes and a lot of references to both Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2, and a lot of jokes about pasta. Like every episode, there is some joke about Mario wanting some pasta. Him talking about wanting pasta so much makes me want pasta. I want some pasta right now. I'll be right back. A portion of this video is sponsored by Devour. If you're like me, sometimes you want a good meal fast when you're in the middle of a movie, TV, or video game binge. Now, I'm gonna be real with you. I've never had Devour frozen meals before, but I've had other microwave meals. I was expecting the usual stuff, you know, regular mac and cheese, Swedish meatballs, that brown brick that's supposed to be Salisbury steak. So I was very surprised and excited to find out Devour does not do that. They are not basic with their food. Cajun style Alfredo with sausage and chicken. Loaded potatoes with Angus beef and bacon. pesto ravioli with spicy Italian sausage. Spicy. White cheddar mac and cheese with bacon. It's white cheddar mac and cheese with bacon. I took a bite. I took another bite. I took another bite. I ate the whole plate. The whole plate. It was just nice that something that literally took me minutes to make in the microwave had so much flavor and texture. It was really delicious. Sometimes I just don't have a lot of time to cook. So it's nice to know with Devour, I don't have to sacrifice taste and flavor with time and efficiency. Now I want to try the other meals that Devour has to offer. If you've had some, please tell me what your favorites are. Maybe I'll try one of the ones that you like. You can find Devour in the frozen meals section of your local store or grocery shopping online. Thank you again to Devour for sponsoring this portion of the video, supporting my channel, let me eat, and thank you so much for watching and listening to this. Enjoy the rest of the video. I love that the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 plays into the concept of the real world versus the Mushroom Kingdom. In the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, they make it very clear that the Mario Brothers, Plum is a game, found a secret warp zone, working on a drain, lend the princess a hand in the Mushroom Land. They went from Brooklyn into the Mushroom Kingdom, wanting to get back home. There's even a couple times they dabble with, you might be able to get back home. Whereas in Super Mario Bros. 3, they live in the Mushroom Kingdom, they good, but whenever they need to, they can just bounce back and forth through warp zones to get to the real world. So we have instances where the Mario characters go into the real world. We have instances where people from the real world come into the Mushroom Kingdom. The president of the United States ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom underwater because Cutie Pie wanted America for her birthday. That was the present she wanted, America. Are you sure about that, Cutie Pie? They had an entire episode with Milli Vanilli. Milli Vanilli was a very popular duo. Blame it on the rain that was falling, falling. Blame it on the stars. They lip synced the song, so everyone was like, boo. And I was like, no, I don't care if they lip sync it. These are some fire songs. Girl, you know it's true. So they had them in an episode of The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3. Princess Toadstool goes to the real world with Mario and Luigi. She wants to go to a Milli Vanilli concert. Cutie Pie gets upset that she can't go, so she gets King Koopa to go to the real world and kidnap Milli Vanilli to be her personal performers. Who would have thought that The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 would have Milli Vanilli in it? Super Mario Bros. Super Show used a lot of licensed music, and they were allowed to use it for the original broadcast run of the series, but whenever they did reruns or packaged on DVDs, they couldn't use those songs, so they had to like put generic music. But since The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 used original songs, for the most part, they were able to keep a lot of those songs in the episodes. Again, for the most part, there were a couple of covers they did that they had to go, so you had to play that generic Mega Move song. But some of the other songs that they made got to stay in. Do the frog, ribbit, ribbit, croak, 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 roar, roar, roar. Do the frog, ribbit, ribbit, it's no joke. It ain't no joke. Bam, 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 bam. Do the Koopa, rip the Roopa, do the Loopa Loopa, or you'll be a party pooper. Everybody do the Koopa. Never kiss a mermaid, cause if you do, the mermaid's gonna wanna marry you. These were songs that were in the cartoon. In fact, if you have the Super Mario Bros. 3 Shout Factory DVD release, they actually have as special features all the songs that you can listen to that they had in the cartoon. But I also have the cookie jar version. This is not accurate, however. I don't know why they put a Super Mario World image on a Super Mario Bros. 3 DVD set. Wrong. Because it has a better copy of one of my favorite episodes from The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Koopa, where Cookie Von Koopa makes an amulet that King Koopa wears. He can use the actual powers of the Mario Brothers. So you get to see Raccoon Koopa, a Fire Koopa, a Koopa in a Kuribo shoe. They call it Karubi in the cartoon. Maybe again, they didn't know what the official term was, and they even made a song about it. My Karubi! But either way, seeing Koopa use Mario's power-ups at the time, that was like a big deal. So The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 came out in the 90s, and at that time, a lot of cartoons and Saturday mornings were having a lot of pressure put on them from the government and parental groups to try to have more educational content in their programming and to not just be 30-minute toy commercials. But what was cool about The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 is they actually did a really good job in teaching things, but still kind of having fun with the show. So there's an episode that tries to teach you about recycling, where King Koopa and his kids just throw their trash into warp pipes from the Mushroom Kingdom into the real world, and when humans start touching them, they start turning into Koopas? Is this like the origin of the Koopa? Are the Koopas really humans that just touch too much trash and they turn into Koopas? It's like the walking Koopa. Do the Koopa. But the one that gets me the most, the episode where they try to teach people the dangers of racism. Let me explain. Cheatsy and Kooky have this crazy idea to paint the entire Mushroom Kingdom red and blue. And so then they dress up as red and blue mushrooms, start causing destruction, and then blaming the other color, which then gets the red mushrooms and the blue mushrooms to start wanting to fight each other. And then Mario and Luigi also get painted separately red and blue. So even though they're brothers, they start fighting each other. They learn at the end of it that doesn't matter if the red mushrooms or blue mushrooms, they're all mushrooms at the end of the day, and they should, get along. And then at the end, they're like, do you think the humans in the real world will learn this lesson? And Mario is all like, yeah, when humans get as smart as mushrooms. Dang, Mario, that's cold. You don't believe in us? I mean, I don't blame you, but dang. The only thing that this show is missing is I would have liked to still seen more live action segments of Captain Lou and Danny Wells as a part of the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, I just really like the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, and I just feel bad that, one, they couldn't make more episodes of it because after the season ended, Super Mario World was about to be a thing, so they were like, gotta change it. And also just because I do feel like it kind of doesn't get talked about as much as the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, but I just really think that the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 was, particularly for 1990, a good, accurate cartoon of what the video game was. When everyone's complaining about Captain N with their green Mega Man, it's kind of interesting to look at the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 and go, that's it's not exact, but it's pretty darn close to the video game. You did a good job there. They have every episode of the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 online. You're not gonna hear Milli Vanilli sing. They had to cut that part out, but the episodes are there. So I just think that's really cool. If you want to watch the cartoon, you can watch it anytime. So this is me talking way too long about the Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3, but I hope you enjoyed it. If there's ever any other cartoon that you want me to defend, please feel free to let me know. Till next time, everybody, do the Mario! Please do not die on the first Goomba. No! What am I doing? See, it's already getting me, oh gosh. Oh, right. So apparently how it works is